We have just this one life, so make it exciting. When people trust each other, processes are so much faster. So Apple and Pixar, what they have in common is, of course, Steve Jobs. Yeah? Steve Jobs, by God, is not an ideal example for leadership, but he is a guru for management. He invented a lot of good things for management. And what he did here was small creative teams, and what is interesting here, and I don't know how much you do that already, small creative teams means in those teams where everyone was in there that was necessary. That means also lawyers, production designers, IT people, that in a normal process would be stepwise, would be one after the other. They were all put into one team at the same time, so that if there was any objection, it was uttered immediately and not 9 months later. Yeah? So then those people, they were not only specialists, they were generalists. They were taught also in business, because they should not just develop ideas, they should develop products, even business models. Yeah? So you shouldn't just come up with an iPad, you should come up with the idea what an iPad could be used for. Yeah? So to make it more sellable. And he organized serendipity, and I understood that he already started with that too. That means he organized that people just bump into each other, seemingly just by chance, but by that people talk to each other that normally wouldn't have talked and come up with ideas normally you wouldn't have had. And that makes a company really rich, as again, management-wise, as product-wise. And the principle, basic principles, so that this works is every one of you is an expert. Every one of you is a great part of Esprit, so everyone should speak up. Be it someone working for the company just for 1 year, or be it the CEO. Then there are no stupid ideas, maybe some ideas where the time not yet has come, but there are no stupid ideas. And cooperate also with the outside world. Get your ideas from the outside world as much as possible. Next one, that is where the product of this company is used for. And that is an old company, and again a proof that the principle of agility also was already used by companies 70 years ago, and that is Gore-Tex. Yeah? So you probably have used that for your fashion already. And Gore-Tex was founded by an engineer, not a management professional. And this engineer was working for DuPont, and he had this original idea for DuPont, for Gore-Tex at DuPont. And he got to his boss and said, well, boss, I've got this idea. And guess what his boss said? You're not supposed to have ideas, you are supposed to work. Yeah? And then he said, okay, I'm going to found my own company, and I don't want to have any manager that is like my boss. People that are working for me should be like me. Yeah? And this is why he came up with the idea of intrapreneurship and of self-assignment. That means no one at Gore gets a job. You have to take your job. And you can self-assign yourself to a team that is working on a product, but they have to accept you. That's the point. There's the edge. Yeah? So that's no kindergarten. Yeah? So you really have to be good to be accepted by a team, but you have to assign yourself to a team to develop a certain product. That is how Gore works. So it's a meritocracy. Those that are successful, they get ranks. Yeah? And they get not ranks by stripes on the shoulder flaps. They get this because they are known to be successful. People want to work with people that are successful because they make them successful too. And one last thing I found very innovative with Gore, he already realized, not being a psychologist, that people like to work in groups that are not anonymous, when people know each other. And he said, well, however big we grow, no unit should be bigger than 200 people. Because 200 people, that's its typical village where everyone knows everyone. And there's one principle behind that that's put in a very small word, and that's trust. Yeah? People trust each other. When people trust each other, processes are so much faster. So you need trust. Yeah? So this is what we can learn from Gore. Yeah? Good catchphrases: if you build fences, you get cheap. Leaders instead of bosses, commitments instead of assignments, big yet personal, focused but no core business.